On December 4th, Dr. Carol Leary, president of Bay Path University in Longmeadow, joined educators, business and social leaders, government officials from all around the country for the White House College Opportunity Summit. We are pleased to have Dr. Leary here with us to talk about that experience and the initiative it is part of. Thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate your time. This was a day of action. This was not come and sit around and let's, shoot the breeze about what we should do about college and getting young people involved. My understanding is your charge was to come with a bold idea. You did. You announced formation of the American Women's College at Bay Path University, first women-only, totally online college degree program in the country. What an idea.
Well, it was certainly an honor to be at the White House College Opportunity Summit and to share our dream for the 76 million adult women who do not have a college education in our country. And obviously to be in a room with the President, the First Lady, and the Vice President was exhilarating for me and for all of the colleagues that I shared the day with. But our idea, our bold idea, was that someone has to pay attention to the population that I sometimes think goes unnoticed. And these are the adult women who are balancing children and jobs and elder care and their personal lives. And they just haven't had a chance to start or complete their education. And what the White House College Opportunity Summit was all about is bringing educators, there were about 100 college and university presidents and 200 others, as you noted, bringing us together to figure out how we could collaborate better, how we could put our ideas together to ensure that the underrepresented and underserved in our country have the chance for a college education. In essence, we realize that by 2020, our country is going to need college-educated individuals, and we have fallen in the category of an educated citizenry down to 12 in the world. And our president's initiative is to get back to number one, first in the world again with an educated citizenry. So our target audience was the 76 million adult women.
Let me ask you about that because, as you noted, these are women with an awful lot going on in their lives, and for whatever reason they couldn't afford it, they had a family already, very young perhaps, didn't get that college degree that I'm sure a lot of them now say, if I only had that, this or that door would be open for me. But what do you say to them? You know they want to be there. You're preaching to the choir, but it's a choir that's very busy and otherwise engaged. What do you say to them that says, you can do this?
Well, this is the beauty of creating an online environment. And obviously we have many on-campus programs in our country that can educate an adult woman. But this first all-women, all-online program was really specifically geared to that profile of a woman. And what I would say to her is, you have 24/7. You can operate online, on a computer, on your iPad, and when it's convenient for you, you can take your courses. So we created a model that has a bridge program. So the woman who might not feel she's ready for online education will have a chance in a free course to take 2 to 3 weeks to get comfortable. We're gathering information about her learning style. How does she prefer to learn? So that when she enters her first online class, we already have some data, and it's called data analytics, learning analytics, and we are tracking her preferred learning style through all of her courses so we can advise her correctly. We want her to accelerate, get through quickly, because in our program, if she does, she will save money. There's an incentive to go through the program and to stay with the program. So I would say you now have 24/7. Figure out 10 o'clock at night, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, when it's your time. This is when you can learn and achieve that college education.
I know there is a great tradition of women's education, obviously, at Bay Path University, but it was interesting to me, this is never a group that, in a sense, will gather together in a classroom, but the purpose, the importance of keeping it an all-women's online program.
Right, and I think we decided it was important to keep it all women because we saw, after 15 years of doing our Saturday, one-day-a-week program on campus, that there's a bonding, that there's a way that women are encouraging each other not to drop out. And so with that program, we have created virtual learning communities, wraparound services, educator coaches, so that in essence, this woman is going to be supported every step of the way. When she wants to drop out, someone is there to say, I think you can do this, whether it's a financial problem, an academic problem, or a personal problem.
Looking at the numbers that your folks passed on to me, and I think it was from the White House themselves, the societal difference ongoing. If a woman has a college degree, there is so much greater chance her children will. If she doesn't, I think it's 1 in 8 roughly of children of women who don't have a degree have a chance to get it. Really, you're affecting the future by doing this.
We are, and we call it generational impact, because in most families, the woman is the primary caregiver. So if she has an education, she's going to ensure that her child either gets a high school education or hopefully a college education. And that's our whole goal, because if both of the parent and the child get the degree, you can eradicate poverty and have a very productive society. And now income isn't the predictor for success in college. It's whether 1 or 2 parents have a college education as to whether that child will go to college. That's the predictor today.
And it's so interesting, too, because when I would mention to people today what we were going to be doing, just, someone's, what are you doing at work today? And I was telling them what we're going to be taping. They said, oh, yeah, the cost of college education. Well, that's not really what this particular Opportunity Summit's about. And yet that's all in there, too, isn't it? Making this affordable.
Making it affordable. And when you look at the tuition that we charge, and I hope people do look at it, because we just did a study, and we're in the bottom quartile in all of New England and all the Mid-Atlantic states for our tuition. And when we looked at tuition for traditional students and then looked at the one-day, we basically cut it in half. But the beauty of this online program, if they accelerate, they can save money. They can save upwards of $8,000 toward their education. And $8,000 is a lot of money for a family that is hopefully going to get that education.
Let's take a minute and talk about the event itself.
Yes.
It was a big deal for Bay Path University, not a huge school, to have their president invited to be part of this. About 100 college and university presidents from all across this country, thousands of possibilities. Big deal to be invited to be part of this.
It was. It was an honor, and it was, for me, probably a lifetime experience. And as I said, to be in a room with the President of the United States and the Vice President and the First Lady, all who have the same goal in mind. Everyone in that room had the same goal. We are going to ensure that the underrepresented, underserved in our country have an opportunity to get a college education, that they have an equal chance to do so. And so we're going to figure this one out. It's an imperative in our country that I think we all have to be a part of. But as an educator, I'm so passionate about this mission and this vision.
Well, it's interesting just thinking about it. President Obama, Vice President Biden, First Lady Michelle Obama, all big supporters of college, all were middle or working class kids who got where they are because they were able to get an education.
And each one of them told their story. And in many ways, I hope we encourage people to tell their story. I'm a first gen. My parents did not graduate from high school. And I think what we heard from the President, the First Lady, and our Vice President, very similar backgrounds. And yet they achieved and are now the leaders in our country. It is an extraordinary story.
Well, Dr. Kira Leary, President of Bay Path University, congratulations on being included in that very august group at the White House Summit. We're going to keep a track on the American Women's College. What a great idea. Thanks for coming in and talking with us.
And thank you, Jim.